Oh my goodness. So we are back and we are now playing more of Acts of Blood, which is currently free right now on Steam, and it's the demo version right now. So we're going to go ahead and play that first. I know everybody else is playing Marvel Rivals right now, but I'm not really a fan of hero shooters. So excuse me if I don't play that. But I do enjoy beat 'em ups. I like the Batman Arkham series. I also love Sifu, so this is something that I enjoy very much. There we go. This is my character. He's naked right now. That's a stylistic choice. He is. There's a reason for that, because you can choose like your costumes that you can play with. So yeah, don't worry about that. And this is based in Indonesia, so if you enjoy playing the raid game, if you watch the raid movies, then you'll definitely enjoy that. So yeah, I don't know why. Controller, please hold on. It's making me walk. Look at his walking animations. Like, yeah, strut your stuff, Hendra. All right, Hendra, stop it. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, you can choose to wear clothes. This actually is nostalgic because this is my 1.0 hat. But for now, we're gonna go naked. And the reason why I choose to go naked is because it's actually easier to spot him in the middle of the crowd, because there's a whole bunch of people out there. Yes, I chose to not wear anything. There is a conscious choice. I'm not even pressing anything on my controller or whatever. It's doing that. It really wants us to look at his abs for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess the game is just in love with the abs. And who wouldn't want to have that, diba? Want to be fit and trim. It'll definitely make you stand out in a crowd. Yes, that's true. That's true, Atrum. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So let's just go ahead and fix that. So as of right now, they only have like one story mission, which you've already completed. So for now, we're just gonna be playing the arena mode. So there's nothing really special about it. You're just trying to survive against a wave of enemies as long as you can. So this is pretty much just me trying to relax, you know. Like I say, sometimes, you know, you just have to take out your frustrations on a bunch of people that don't really matter in your life, diba? And then the combat is pretty simple. If you've played the Batman Arkham series, it's just like that. Press one button to counter, and then you can counter everything, which is, see that? You get a prompt, and then if you press that, you can counter everything. This is actually a very big blessing compared to like Sifu, because you don't have to worry about parrying and dodging at the same time. But then again, it could probably change in the final version of this game when it comes out, because currently we're just limited to like one counter. I was really thinking about playing Sifu one more time on Steam, because I finished it twice on Switch before, so I thought maybe my audience might have gotten a bit tired of watching me play it. So I thought, you know what, let's just play this. And I thought, yeah, you know what, this scratches my itch, and maybe we can play this one for now. Oh, by the way, everybody, just let me know the volumes if it's too loud compared to my voice, because I adjusted the volumes earlier to hopefully where people can hear me more. Yeah, the way they handle the death in Sifu is very interesting. It's a very nice mechanic of how to try to justify, you know, coming back to life after all those times, which is cool. Will this game be on the same level of depth of Sifu? I probably don't think so. It's definitely a lot closer to like the Batman Arkham series anyway. And anyway, it's its own beast. And right now it's free, so I'm not complaining about that at all. But I recommend, if you just want to have like some mindless fun beating up people, I think this is a pretty fun game to try. I am just waiting for the Sifu sequel, if ever it happens, to appear, because that would be... I love that game. I will not stop talking about that game. Because I guess it's just, you know, me growing up with kung fu movies. I love watching them. And it was a huge part of why I love martial arts growing up. Not very good at it, though, but when the opportunity came for me to learn martial arts IRL, I was like, yeah, let's do that. But I know that the big game right now is Marvel Rivals. How is everybody playing that? Is anyone playing that right now? If ever I were to play that game, I probably would pick Captain America. Only because I feel like I'm Team Cap forever, no matter what. But even back in the day when the Civil War comic book was out, I still always picked Team Captain America. And at least it's free, so there's that. There's no loss for you to choose to play it. Ow. You're planning to play it, Julian? Okay, let me know if it's okay. I remember when I only started really watching YouTube, because I've had experience watching YouTube, you know, not long after it first appeared in 2005. Imagine that. Like, around next year will be like the 20th anniversary of YouTube already. And it's amazing how people were able to watch videos and share videos even before those times. You know what I mean? I guess back in the day, if you wanted to watch videos from your friends, you still had to go to like Friendster, which was like the super ancient version of Facebook. When it was still very popular. I think that's before a lot of you were really active on the internet. But yeah, that was what we had to deal with. But on a large scale that YouTube had, I don't know. But it's just interesting, you know. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I only ever really got interested in watching YouTube videos when I used to watch this Swedish YouTuber named Robaz. So that was around like 2014 when I used to watch a lot of his videos. But I used to watch YouTube a lot more when Overwatch came out. And I saw a bunch of other video creators at the time. And I began to follow them and a lot more. So it was mostly because of Overwatch. And, you know, all the shenanigans. But I never played Overwatch. One, because I never had the hardware, and two, because, well, I've never been good at shooter games. And you know, that's funny because a lot of my very early, super early streaming career was for Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. And I was never good at that too, but I don't know. I guess because it was a console shooter game, it felt a little bit easier to do. Especially since in Splatoon, you're allowed to use gyro controls. So instead of having to rely on your analog sticks to control the camera, people really recommend to use the gyro controls of Splatoon. So you have to aim up with your controller and down with your controller to actually do anything. Rage mode. I think a lot more shooting games should implement that, especially if they have console versions. Gyro is like a huge saver for you. If you're not comfy with stick controls, gyro I think is the best. What's this? Julian says, looks cool. Characters play how you expect them to. Spidey likes close combat and slinging around, and Iron Man flies around and Punisher shoots you. Yes. You know what? It's nice to see matches in Marvel Rivals of what's this? Seeing Venom and Spider-Man on the same team, and then they're just hanging out on the walls, you know, just crawling in my skin. You know what? With with how edgy this music is, it's almost just like that. Crawling in my crawl, I'm crawling in my crawl, crawling in. I remember those memes where it's like, yeah, crawling in my crawl, I'm crawling in my crawl, and stuff like that. It's just like me. I remember when I have like an entire playlist on YouTube of like I have like 10 different meme versions of All Star by Smash Mouth. So there's like regular All Star, and then there's All Star, but it's a Bach concert, and then there's All Star only in the key of C, and All Star, and they don't stop coming, 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 and all that stuff. And All Star, but the lyrics are reversed. So what that means is that they just say the words in reverse. Gold is glitters that all, and more the break stars shooting only. It's a trip. I have no idea why I was so obsessed with that song years ago, but you know, I guess it just happens, I guess. And what's this? Atrum says Overwatch was fun until the nerfs hit. And from what I heard, a lot of people aren't really taking too kindly to Overwatch 2 as well. So much so that when they brought back like classic Overwatch mode 6v6, people were a lot happier with that compared to the 5v5. So there was a lot. It looks like there's just a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that, you know, people don't like when it comes to Overwatch 2. All right, Ren, if you need to go sleep, take care. And what was this? Overwatch 2 promised a lot of things according to Atrum, but delivered on almost none. I remember, did they ever deliver on the single player story mode content? Because I remember that was something that they were trying to fix from the days of Overwatch 1. They were like, oh yeah, we have a lot of lore, and there are people who are interested in the lore. So Atrum says no. Okay, well, that's a disappointment. I don't know about you, but for me, if ever I would play a game, let's say like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, if they had a good story mode, then that would be the time I would play that. Actually, the only time I would ever play a Call of Duty game nowadays is if it had the story mode. And Call of Duty games have some pretty decent story mode, actually, so that's something that I would actually go for more. I'm not really a fan of like multiplayer games nowadays. I prefer to just stick to single players. So if they have a good story mode, I would prefer to just stick with that. Right in the crotch. Pew pew in the PP. Wait first. Let me just fix this. Atrum says PvE was also supposed to be a big promise thing. Yeah, that's what I heard they were trying to say for Overwatch 2. Depends on how they tell the lore. I hate how everything has kind of shifted into trailers for lore than the actual game. That is so true. I would like my story to be told in the game and not in trailers or in like tie-in comic books or novels, which is why, you know, sometimes I hate watching the Star Wars movies. There, I said it. I don't like, you know, the Star Wars franchise, because if you want to learn about stuff that happens in in Star Wars, oh, you have to read this novel, you have to read this tie-in comic and stuff like that. Like can't you just tell the story in the movie for those of us who started with the movies? I don't know. Atrum says, I can accept tie-in comics if it's in gaps between projects or if it's a show or something. You know what? That's fair. I guess that's why I'm a little more accepting of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, because after that ended, they had a lot of comic series because, well, the TV show has been told already, so there's not really much you could tell aside from like comics. So I think I am a lot kinder when it comes to that. And I think we're finally getting more updates about the upcoming Avatar, the Earthbender. So we'll see in the future more about that. Pew, pew, pew! Yes, you can use guns here. It's just so funny, you know, being able to use guns like this. It's like, yep, okay, you choose to bring a gun. Yeah. All right, now I have your gun. You see, why do you have to keep going for headshots? Center of mass, everybody. Always go for the center of mass and double tap. Why do I keep shooting them in the pee-pee? That's the real center of mass right there. Okay, I deserve that. You have no idea what I have in my vengeance. I aim. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, so this is... You know how some streamers have games like Yakiniku Simulator playing around, and then they just treat it like a just chatting stream? Games like this, I think, are my equivalent to that. I don't know, because it's not really as... It doesn't require a lot from my thinking compared to, let's say, Sifu. I could never multitask in Sifu because I would be dead. Card shop simulator. Oh, you know, yeah, card shop or like TCG simulator. That's a big thing right there. I'm trying to remember if ever they got over the allegations of AI art used over there for some of the creatures. Anyway. Yeah, people just go nuts over what's this, opening packages. That is pretty much what it has become. It's become its own gacha game. And there's another gacha game coming out, Ananta. It used to be known as Project Mugen. There's like the field or the market for like open world gacha games has expanded significantly in the past couple of years. It's amazing actually what they were able to do. Now we've got more competitors to the market than just Hoyoverse. So I don't know what's gonna make them a lot more special compared to them, so it's interesting. What's this? Atrum says, Ananta, I thought that was just an actual game because it's that massive, right? It's ZZZ, but with Spider-Man mechanics. Have a good story? Yeah, I think it should. I mean, some of these gacha games have good stories. But, you know, honestly, most of my exposure to gacha games nowadays is just the fan art on social media and the doujins. I will not admit it. It's already pretty late here in the Philippines. Yeah, that's pretty much my only exposure. All the spicy fan art and the doujins. If it has a lot of spicy fan art and doujins, then yeah, it's pretty successful. According to Atrum, ZZZ is one of the more laid-back gachas, in my opinion. I think, yeah, it is. It it has its appeal. HM says, have you tried Girls Frontline 2 since it's out now? I meant to try it, but the launcher broke on me. Oh, it has a launcher. Oh no, I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even tried the first. If there's one game that I do want to try, it's Nikkei. Because someone in my server actually likes Nikkei as in a lot. So I want to go ahead and give Nikkei a try as well. Will I ever stream that? Probably not. Twitch might not like that, but you know, for private time in my server, yes, maybe I will. Not that kind of private time, chat. I don't know what you're talking about. But Girls Frontline seems to be an interesting, fun time. Julian says Nikkei is actually okay on Twitch. Yeah, that's true. You know a lot of people who've played that. Yeah, actually I've seen people play that, but you know, it's like even at my level of degeneracy, I'm still scared. Ooh. I want to be I'm say so streamer. I don't want to get in trouble with Papa Twitch. Ooh. There's also the Angel Beats guys. Gotcha. Heaven Burns Red. Oh yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, there's a market for people who play that stuff. Atrum says open the Azure Lane live 2D previews. You dude, those things, they're getting wild, you know. It's like, wow, all right. They can get away with that. That's interesting. I mean, I'm not complaining though. I enjoy it. Wait first. Did I forget to leave the Discord call? Oh yes, I forgot to leave the Discord call. Good thing there wasn't anything being shared. That is not allowed, so we'll go ahead and do that. Also, again, for anybody who does coming in from Tapsy's chat, if you like what you see and love what you hear, why don't you go ahead and give me a follow, and maybe we could choose to hang out in my Discord server as well. It's pretty quiet, but if ever you want to join me on VC or you just want to hang out and do stuff, feel free to go ahead and do so. The link is in the chat. Alright, so let's get back to the carnage. And we keep beating people up, yeah? I've played the hardcore mode of this game. It's really hard, only because the prompts are a lot harder to follow. They don't have the giant W, so you really have to rely on like your eyes. And you know what? That's actually a bit weirder for me, because I had not a lot of difficulty of finally adjusting to the rhythm of Sifu, but here it's still a big challenge. I'll show you. Wait. Kletka comes soon. I have not heard of that. Not a gacha though. Interesting. I'll look into that. You know, there's another game that's like getting people really obsessed. Balatro. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should go ahead and play that too. Because a lot of people, they go nuts over Balatro. Kletka is similar to Lethal Company. Oh, Luna Silverfire will definitely love that game because she loves Lethal Company. You know, games like that, like Lethal or The Backrooms, you know, those kinds of horror games where, you know, there's a tendency for you to die. I'm not really a big fan of that, only because chances are I will die very fast, so I don't want to be a hindrance to my colleagues, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's also the exact reason why I never play games like Valorant or Apex, because knowing my skills, or lack thereof, I will die very fast. So I will turn that into a just chatting stream. while I follow the adventures of my friends. Different kind of skills needed for each, to be honest, according to Atrum. That is true. Yeah. But I think, yeah, just something that I really much prefer and excel at is single player. Because, you know, you don't have to worry about the stress of having to be with your friends. You just have fun. The only problem is if it's an open world game, oh no. I am gonna get lost in that for like a couple of years. Holy cow. Zelda Breath of the Wild, 2 years. Tears of the Kingdom, still unfinished. Probably gonna make it to 2 years as well. I'm amazed, actually, you know, sometimes about what kind of games I can finish. Jajang reminds me of jajangmyeon. You know, I've never tried jajangmyeon before, the black noodles. I should try that. I remember when I used to hang around some Korean friends a lot more. They had something called Black Day. So if you're familiar with like how in anime they have Valentine's Day and then there's White Day. So Valentine's Day in places like Japan are girls give boys chocolate, and then in White Day, which is March 14, boys give the girls gifts or chocolate back. And then April 14 is Black... In Korea, it's similar to that. But, what's this? Afterwards, April 14 is something called Black Day. So, in that day, if you're still single, then... if you're still single or you have not gotten any gifts back or whatever, that's called Black Day. And on that day, you would eat jajangmyeon, the black colored noodles, which is, it's just a funny story. Yeah, it's something that I learned when I was hanging with some Korean friends before. Atrum says, there was a wuxia simulator game, but I forgot the name of it. You're meant to die in it and your heirs inherit whatever good or bad karma you had. Oh, so it's not like Naraka Blade Point, I guess. Because I think Naraka Blade Point is like the closest to that, even though it's more of a battle royale, but with more wuxia style. Yeah, I love Kung Fu and wuxia. Those were some of my favorite movies growing up. That's probably why I tended to grow up loving martial arts. Not really mixed martial arts, mind you. I'm not a fan of that. Because, you know, at times it kind of gets a bit homogenized. At the end, it's like almost everybody tends to fight the same. You know, I miss the old days when they really tried to pit like masters of different martial arts against each other, and you could really tell what kind of martial art it was, instead of like what they call mixed martial arts, which is like everybody else has everybody has a very similar fighting style base or whatever. I don't know, that's just me ranting. That's why I don't really watch UFC and other ones, because it's like, yeah, okay then. It's just 3 focuses if you think about it. Yeah, I think you have a point. I am so angry, my face is still neutral. They haven't programmed the facial animation yet. Julian says, where's the aura effects? Where's the long dialogues? Where's the extremely long animation transformations? We're probably gonna include that in the final game, and it's gonna have like a magical girl transformation sequence. Imagine that. Bro, I'm getting angry. In the name of the moon, I punish thee. Okay, wait, guys. Hold on. I need to change my... Ow! Okay, I'm tired of this prison level. It's so hard to pause in this game because you have to like really have to press the pause button so many times. I would love to have muscles like this one day. That's the dream. But no, Serjay, you cannot outrun a bad diet. But you can outrun. Outrun from a bear, I suppose. I don't know. Black turtleneck. We'll do the cover outfit. Yes. Joggers. Again, I'd like to rant. I don't like pre-ripped jeans. Who in their right mind would buy pre-ripped jeans anyway? That's just me. I don't like pre-ripped jeans. If you're gonna wear jeans and if they rip, fine, okay? But if you're gonna have to let the store rip them on their own, that's like ugh. Anyway, since we were talking about Jajangmyeon earlier, guys, take a look at that Indomie cameo.
Out of Indo noodles. I'll get some later.
Indomie. The eternal battle between Pancit Canton and Indomie. Choose your fighter. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is that in this one, I'm just gonna use kicks. I will still counter and use finishers, but I'll only use kicks for fighting. It's possible, but it's just interesting to see if you could limit yourself. We're in Taekwondo mode right now. I remember in the Philippines, that was such a big thing in the 90s and the early 2000s, how Taekwondo became like the nationally known martial art. It's like Japoy Lizardo on the Milo sachets, smiling proudly. Milo every day. How every single Taekwondo tournament in schools was sponsored by Milo as a result. And the only good thing about that is that you would have the Milo truck come in, and then I don't know, no matter what I do, I could never get the taste of Milo at home to taste as good as the ones in the trucks. They know, the proper consistency of Milo. I don't know if it's because they use milk in Milo and not water in Milo. Maybe that's the secret that we've been looking for this entire time. And maybe that's why my Milo never seemed to work out. Just like my relationships, chat. They never worked out because I was mixing things that was never meant to be. Wait, first. Let me just check something first. It's not meant to be, chat. Just like your crush and you, it's not meant to be. Sorry, I tend to say stuff like that, but I don't really mean it. Hold on. I'm feeling hungry, so I'm ordering something. Okay. All right, perfect. Sometimes it pays to have what's this? Sometimes it pays to have resources available. When you're... Atrum says, you're just gonna say add milk. Nah, probably not. But, yeah. Okay, so we had that. I was just craving something all of a sudden, you know? Whenever I crave, I always go for Nanyang and order their Singaporean kopi. So kopi is, what's this? Coffee, and then it includes evaporated milk and condensed milk. So it's really sweet, just like me. Probably not something good to have every day. I remember when I went to Singapore, I had that like every day and I was like, oh god, I'm sick of this. Yeah, probably not the best thing to have every day, so there's that. Oh, I completely broke my own rule. I'm not kicking anymore. Alright. Sounds very sweet. It is very sweet, actually. Although, depending on the store that you get it from, it can still be a bit bitter because the coffee that they use is pretty strong. So that's why some places offer all that milk to offset the taste of the coffee. Are you a coffee person, Atrum? I mean, most of the time I just order, like, I just have instant coffee at home. So that's a lot easier to do. You don't have to think about it. Growing up, I hated black coffee. But when the pandemic happened, I eventually realized that drinking like 3-in-1 coffee sachets with the creamer and sugar is way too many calories and sugar. So it's like, yeah, let's learn how to drink black coffee. And black coffee is fine, actually. Atrum says, not to a cultured sense, but I drink home stuff way too much. You know what? That's okay. I mean, I don't even consider myself that cultured because I still prefer instant coffee. I am not very good when it comes to... And the only reason why I drink black coffee when I drink instant is because even until now, I still don't know like the proper ratio of coffee and creamer and sugar. So it's like, I just want to avoid wasting time. So we'll just have black instant coffee. And you know what? It works a lot better for me. Let the store figure out the proper ratio of ingredients and I'll just take care of the drinking. Atrum says, I want to know the weird old internet French press abomination. Like, what do you mean? The French press in general? Or is there some kind of weird French press thing that I've never heard of before? That's new. Atrum says, it was something that involved mouthwash at some point. It went out green and came out red in the end. What? Dang. Reminds me of that mouthwashing game that's really popular now. I probably won't... Oh, green text. Okay, so it's a 4chan thing. Alright. I have never been to 4chan before. I don't know if I should. But, you know, I've seen a lot of green text posts on, like, random corners of the internet. So, I don't know. Might be something that would be interesting to look at, even just for a bit. I don't know if you need to have an account for it, though. Mouthwashing, very popular game. I've only seen it from playthroughs of other people, and then the cultured art of Anya and some of the other characters by Hughes. Sasuga Hughes-sama. Hughes Filipino, by the way. Random trivia! Yes. I don't know Hughes personally. I just seen them a lot on Twitter and Blue Sky. And yeah, their work. And they're also Filipino, apparently, so yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they are. I think it was mentioned before that they are. Doing a lot of coloring lately. Yeah, they're not really doing a lot of... They still do a ton of sketches, but they're making a lot of colored art nowadays too, so which is cool. lot of PH or ID. Yeah, Hughes, Sidus, now Komama, who is what's this? Who is definitely Filipino. Because they also appear in Philippine conventions as well, so that definitely narrows the margin down significantly. Yes. we follow a lot of the artists around. You need to, you just need to. That's where I get a lot of my info on like gacha games. Like I said, gacha games and anime. It's like, what kind of anime and gacha games are popular now? It depends on if Hughes and Naokomama or Sidus is drawing them. And it's like, okay, so that's the new popular thing, I guess. Oh, the guns. Right in the butt. There we go. Okay, that was bad. Have you seen the second Sidus account according to Atrum, the furry one? Yeah, I've seen that one. It's okay. I'm not the type of person that really just goes against like furry art. Like, if that's what they like, then fine with me. If pretty, then that's fine too. Art is art. Correct, Julian. Art is art. So long as it's not AI, art is art. If it's AI, then it's slop. That's what we appreciate here in the stream. We don't allow AI. Although sometimes I admit, things with chatbots are a little bit trickier, but I try not to advocate for that. I make mistakes sometimes, but it's always good to learn, like, what really is AI or not, and try to avoid it. A big part of being a VTuber is coordinating with artists, so that's like the least we can do to try to support them back. Just be nice and be kind to people and let them know, oh, this is AI. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Because sometimes people just can't tell, and I can't tell. I'm not really an artist, so I can't really define sometimes what is and is not AI. Oh, back to kicking. No weapon attacks, Serjay. Remember, kicking only for this round. And counters and rage. I'm stomping on his ankles and he died. But you know what? Unlike what movies and TV would tell you, getting stomped on your ankles repeatedly is not a fun time. And you're probably not gonna keep fighting if that's the case. And getting shot in the arm and the leg is definitely not something you could survive as well, because getting shot sucks. And bleeding out is an option as well. So whenever they say, oh, just disable them by shooting them in the arm or leg, no. If you're gonna get shot, there's always the possibility that you will die. Doesn't matter where you get shot. The question just is where do you what's this? It's just a question of like whether you die slower or faster. Atrum says some of the non-art ones seem to be struggling from what I last saw. OpenAI kind of lobotomized itself by trying to sanitize everything. I see. Maybe I commission a ton of art. So I don't know if I myself should also try glazing art as well, because I know that's a thing. HM says also leg is asking for them to bleed out. Yep. Brachial artery is in the arm. But yeah, even in the arm you have the brachial artery, which is just inside your elbow. And then if you have your artery above, like in your calf, not in your calf area, like in your upper leg area. Yeah, so in short, getting shot sucks in any part of the body. It's just, do you want to hit an organ first or a blood vessel first? So don't believe what the movies tell you. It's not fun. Definitely not fun. Definitely not nowhere safe to get shot. Ooh, 2-hit combo. Double curl. Actual failure to stop drills are 2 to chest, 1 to pelvis. Oh, so it's not what's this, 2 to chest, 1 to head, like what they call the Mozambique drill. Thank you very much, TV Tropes, for teaching me about that. Mozambique drill. Beep, 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 beep. Mozambique drill. Beep, beep, beep. Mozambique here. Yeah. If you're definitely shot in the PP area, then definitely you're not getting up at all. I have never shot a gun in real life, by the way, but I think it'll never hurt to know how to shoot a gun, just to get a feel of it. Especially learning, you know, what they say that, no, Serjay, do not pull the trigger, squeeze the trigger. And it's like, what the hell is the difference? Ow. Ow. Slightly disturbed. Oh, you've only slightly disturbed my day. Let the recoil surprise you, according to HM, is still the worst thing to say. Like, I don't think you should be letting the recoil surprise you, because recoil is not fun. It makes sense only after you've shot for a bit, I suppose. I guess it's like one of those things that will only make sense, like if you ride a bicycle. So it's like, yeah, it only makes sense when you've ridden a bicycle after a while. It's like, yep, now it makes sense. But when you hear it out of context for the first time, it's like, what the hell are they talking about? Yeah, we could keep going at this all day, Echo. The big guys are really good at blocking, you know. Hadi! I hope you had a good day. But now you're dead, so probably not having a good day. And that's it. That's okay, I think that's it. That's fine. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We had quite a thing with that, so I think we'll be wrapping up the stream for today. So we'll leave it at that. So we'll go over here.